Right, welcome back. Today's video, Whiteline anti-roll bars for the Mx5. This should help on the track day that's coming up. This will probably come out after that track day, but you'll hear me talk about it on that video. And in short, anti-roll bars stop the body roll of the vehicle because they're basically massive springs. Oh, it's fancy looking. Look at the quality of this. These are actually really nice. Nice packaging, which is always good. Fly away to find your ARB, which is this thing here, and unbolt from that end, and unbolt from that end. I'm going to throw some WD-40 on it, because that would be quite good. Drop in the air anti-roll bar end link is 14mm spanner on both sides, and there we are. And it's just a case of getting the bolt back through. Now you can keep these, you don't need them, but if you haven't got the full kit where you get the extra sets of the adjustable drop links, then you will obviously need to put your other drop links back on. You could, in theory, move this one off to make it easier, but because it's at the rear, we just need to get these two out and we should be able to pull through and be okay. So to remove the bolt, or up here, again it's 14mm. These I haven't removed, so I'm a little bit nervous because I don't want to crack anything. Nice. Beautiful. Simple as. Is it out on that side?
Yeah.
That's the way I'm deciding to go.
Catch yourself on the wiring.
Look at that. So that's a lot thinner. Probably, I don't know. Would try and break it over my knee, but that'll probably hurt. But yeah, so there's your Whiteline one and the stock one. Right, so I was right. For the rear, you want it to be going in like this, so it's pointing that direction upwards. And again, yeah, so this is adjustable. Middle would obviously be standard, and then you can make it tighter or looser depending on if you want it to be a tighter or looser rear, essentially. We've also got new bushings or new rubbers, which is nice because they're a bit dead, the old ones, which is to be expected, I say. Yeah, I found out they've got little bits of grease on the inside of the rubber pieces anyway, so you only need to put the lube on the outside. And now, let's put that to one side. Fold it back in. So you do need to follow the same way as it went beforehand. That's the easiest way, I find, of getting it to go the way you want it to go. And these, you just want to nip them down, you don't want to make them too tight. And it should allow you, when we need to, to work out the angle and stick them in. We'll get the rear wheels on now. These are just the adjustable parts, it's easy just to drop straight in. What we've done is essentially, you should be able to see, this will just fall into the hole. There we are. So that just falls in, meaning there's not going to be any preload on the roll bar, which is really good. So we're going to do that, and do that, and we'll start tying them up. That can go in. What you also got to make sure you do is tighten up these, because you don't want these to be spinning. So we'll lock them in now. And obviously get a tool on it to do. Don't have to do this to the other side. Tighten everything up and you'll be laughing. Right, so worked out the issue. Unfortunately, I didn't see, but there's a little Allen key that you need to put in on this side. So essentially what I've got to do is get your ratchet on, then put an Allen key in, and that'll stop the entire thing spinning. And then you just tighten it up. If I read the instructions properly, I probably would have seen this. However,
in normal fashion, Matt has read the instructions after he got stuck.
Which is fine.
And not before.
It's not too bad. So after eating lots of rust, I've done the rear, I haven't done the front because we ran out of time. So hopefully before the track day in 3 days time, you'll see another bit of this video where it will be me and George, or more me,
well, hopefully,
screaming about the front end.
It'll be done, so we're going to cut to future self to get that done.
Now, right, so we're back, we're ready to do the front. All you need to do, take off your under tray, and then you've got, you can probably see it quite easy from this side, your anti-roll bar, drop link, you take off, undo your bottom one. Again, we're going to take it all off as one, just to be a bit easier, a bit lazier. And then these two here, which are your braces that hold on the anti-roll bar. So we'll pull them off, and hopefully be a nice comparison.
I don't think I went with the boxes when I got back.
So the other one's off after a bit of fanatic and trying to get it through all of the pipelines. And there's a new one from Whiteline, as I say. Really lovely quality, a lot thicker, weighs about the same, maybe slightly less, but yeah, difference in quality is massive. And also, again, you've got your two adjusters. So putting it at this end, I believe, is the weaker end, and then the one that's further in will make it tighter or more. So I'm going to leave it on its lowest setting for now, and we'll see what happens with that. First though, let's get the bushings in and everything else sorted. I did have to remove some of the plastic shrouding on the fan because it was getting in the way, but now it's time to drop on the drop links.
Basically just the same as we did on the rear.
Same as we did on the rear. So basically I learned that when doing these up, there's nothing to hold on the rear, but on the front you got an Allen key point. So you need to put the Allen key point in and then tighten around it, because if not it doesn't tighten up and you spend 20 minutes wondering why it's not getting tighter. So there, a little hex point. Put that in for when you're tightening the top one. But first of all, we need to get them to a rough height so that when it's under pressure, it will pop itself back up. So I'm going to measure it up against what we've currently got. Right, so anti-roll bars on, drop links are in, we just need to tighten them up now, lock everything in. We did where you set it up on the blocks, let the tyres and suspension sit, and then yeah, we'll tighten it all up again. Gotta make sure you put the little Allen key in, not that one there, to hold it when you spin with your tool. So So that should, in theory, and then put your Allen key in to hold it. Right, I had just noticed something I was doing really stupid, is I still had the jack stands underneath, even though it was sitting on the tyres. So what I've done is removed them, readjusted everything, and then locked it all back in. But yeah, stupid move. Right, so now we've got everything bolted in. I'm just going to put the little protectors on each side. It stops it moving side to side on the Whiteline one. So I'll get them thrown on, and then it's getting this base plastic bit get on. It's getting a lot warmer now. So what I'm going to do is just get this base on, take it for a quick drive, and I'll probably bring you along for the drive just so you can talk through what I feel a bit different. Again, I've got no before or after technical footage, but we can go through, and it should make a bit of a difference for the track day. Right, so I've given the car a quick little drive about, and yeah, it feels very comfortable. You can also see how these seats like to hug you in, especially when you've got harness on. The body roll on the car has been near enough eliminated. So on the front, I've gone for the stiffest setting, and then a medium setting on the rears. Yeah, it feels alright. It does feel alright. So we'll give the car a bit of a drive, let it break in a little bit, see if I've got any knocks or anything. I can't hear anything at the moment, so I might have done something okay. We'll just see what happens. Adjustability more for when on track to really fine tune your suspension. I'm hoping this is it gives me a lot of turning, so I'm hoping I'm just going to be able to sort of keep on top of that grip level and keep the speed coming with these. I'm really enjoying them, and on the track day I'm sure I'll talk about how I'm finding them, what I've adjusted, if I adjust anything. Adjusting the end links is a bit of a pain in the arse, but I am tempted to treat myself. Yeah, so I am tempted to treat myself to get a full track alignment done. Well, they'll do everything. And you know, do all the alignment, all the suspension dampening, just to see, you know, how it'll be about 130, 140 quid, but it could be 130, 140 quid well spent, because I do the ride height and everything. So yeah, might do that. If you had a full alignment done, let me know how it is, or let me know what you think of it, whether it's worth it. So I am, yeah, tempted. So yeah, is it a worthwhile mod? Depends what you're using the car for, I would say. For track, yeah, I think it's going to make a difference. I say I'll confirm that after the track day. But yeah, the car feels a lot more lateral, a lot less body roll, which is what they're designed to do. Nice bit of turning as well. You know, you turn in, the car just wants to bit bumpy. Bit bumpy. Yeah, you turn in, the car just wants to keep going. Yeah, the Whiteline anti-roll bars, front and back, seem to be doing really well. Obviously the rear I can stiffen up or loosen up depending on what we want the car to do. Happy, very happy. So I'm really liking these seats as well. Very nice. Comfortable. Again, I'll talk about more of them when I'm on the track. Overall, I would say a very successful install. I've had to obviously trim some stuff down and learn some bits along the way, but hopefully it will help you when you do your install. If you want to pick these up, head over to Form 7 Performance, speak to the guys there, speak to Oscar, and we'll get them ordered in and sorted out for you. Discount in the description below. Other than that, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.